Nigeria's under-23 national team failed to capitalize on home advantage as they drew nil-nil with their Guinean counterpart, thus putting their qualification for the under-23 African Cup of Nations in jeopardy ahead of the return leg of the final qualifying round away from home. The Salisu Yusuf-tutored side, which defeated Tanzania 3-1 on aggregate last October, returned to the dressing room with their tails in between their legs after the lackluster performance. The team, which struggled for clear-cut chances, registered occasional incursions into the final third of the opposition that did not find the back of the net. However, in the 28th minute, Timileyin Guinea rattled the crossbar with his effort from a free kick 20 yards out in a game where goal-bound effort were at premium. Similarly, Success Makanjola's in-swinger at the nick of half-time was saved by goalkeeper Mori Keita. After the interval, the visitors attempted to puncture the hopes of their host as Usman Kamara hit the woodwork from a corner kick. Nigeria also organized layers of attacks in response, but they were either directing those efforts wide of the target or being kept at bay by a resolute goalkeeping bulwark in Keita. At the nick of stoppage time, Nigerian defender Christopher Nwaeze decided to grab the headlines for the wrong reasons as he was given the marching order after a second bookable offense, which will force him to join the spectators or the television audience ahead of the return leg in Rabat on Tuesday. The coach of Nigeria's Olympic team after the match said the two teams are still on level pegging and nothing stops his boys from cutting the dash in Rabat.
The Guineans are good, organizationally they are very good tactically. You understand? If you observe in the first half they control the game, but in the second half it's like 50-50 because now we understand how they play, which is very important. So I think it's going to be a balanced game. We're going to play there in Morocco. It's 0-0. For me, it's just starting new. So the team that can organize its team well, create goal scoring opportunities, I think can go on and win the game.
Interestingly, football enthusiasts at the stadium expressed their displeasure with the result, but noted that the situation can still be rescued.
Playing against a West African team, it's expected to be a physical game. Size matters. Nigeria didn't really have the size. We had a lot of smallish players, and that's not the problem. When you have smallish players inside, they need to have great technical ability. They need to have a great control of the ball. But we don't have a Gavi here, we don't have a Pedri here, and it's evident. It was evident on the field of play. The Guineans dominated the ball aerially, on the ground, everywhere. They dominated. So I wasn't really surprised.
Totally disappointed in the performance on the under-23 side. I expected much, but I haven't taken a cursory look at the performance in the last match against Tanzania, and also looking at the pedigree of the coach. A whole lot of factors come into play. I'm not totally impressed with the side, and our chances of making it out of this in this final qualifier is going to be very, very tough because a whole lot of work needs to be done on that team for us to have a chance. Because when you take a critical look at the performance of the Guineans, they are more coordinated, they have more cohesion, and they were able to freely move the ball. In the final 10 minutes, they could have scored a goal. They hit the upright, and they had one or two chances to have buried that game.
It's saddening that we didn't get a goal in this game against the Guineans under-23 side, but from what I saw, I think we've had a great game in terms of working from one or two mistakes they've made in the team. They didn't make the chances paid. They only had about 2 shots on target. When the boys started getting issues where trying to play from the back and they were not seeing that effort up front, they were missing those styles and they were missing the tactical balance. And what the coach needs to just do is to correct the issues they've seen today.
The return leg is scheduled for Morocco on March 28, and fans of the team are prepared to spend more time at the edges of their seat during the deciding fixture. In Abuja, Nigeria's capital, Abiodun Mohammed, Top Accolade News.